gosh, this is so hard. Okay, I'm trying to do this all in one take. Ugh. Hello, Internet. It's nice to see you again. I know I said I'd be making daily vlogs on this channel, but as you can see, I've been gone for quite a couple of months. So we are back. I'm going to switch this channel into more of a weekly schedule where I make vlogs, maybe not vlogs, but more of videos, maybe once or twice a week, depending on how my work schedule is and just how much I have content going up. So today I have a story time and a haul for you guys. It is based on my Kanye West extravaganza over the past couple of weeks, I want to say, because the Pablo pop-up store was a couple weeks ago, I think, and the Yeezy concert was a couple days ago. So depending on when you see this, just know that it all happened during August, and I want to put this out there for you guys just so that you know what the experience was like, because it was a really exclusive experience. So here we go. I'm going to start with the Pablo pop-up story. So on Wednesday, August 17th, Kanye West tweeted, I don't know if I got my dates right, but Kanye West tweeted that he'll be having exclusive pop-up stores in only 21 cities around the world, and Toronto was the only city in Canada, so I was like, I have to go. I didn't really plan out what my plan was because I had work on the weekend, so I just thought, let me just go on a whim after work on the first day, which was the Friday, on the 19th. I just decided to go after work because I had a morning shift, so I just went after work. I didn't know what was going to be the lineup situation or how long I'd be waiting or who I was going with. I kind of just went on a whim because I just thought, well, it's exclusive. Let's just go. Like, let's do it. I'm down. Let's go. So I went after work. I wore my Ralph Saint Laurent shirt because I was like, yo, this is going to be some like really hyped up, stylish hype beast in the line. I gotta look good. And when I got there, I was blown away from the amount of people in line. It stretched all the way down the street and around, like it was down the street, but it was so far away down that you couldn't even see the front of the line. So when I got there, it was around 2 p.m. and the store opened on 10 a.m. and I saw the line on Twitter that it was already like 350 people in line since the night before. So my chances of getting something that day was probably not good, but being the optimistic person that I am, I thought that I would be able to, and I just had to wait it out in line and that the line would go by quickly because I didn't know how it was gonna work. I just thought like they would let a bunch of people in at a time, or I don't know, I just in my mind I just thought for sure I was gonna be able to get something that day and that waiting in line would just be fine. I just had to wait it out and it would be fine and I would get my stuff and I'd be able to go. It was not like that at all. I was waiting in line from 2 to 5 and I was waiting by myself in the hot sun, and I was like, how, why, who, what, when, where, why, how did I do this on my own? Because standing in line for 3 hours in the heat with no one to talk to and your phone was dying, like it was some type of survival endurance challenge I was putting myself in, and I survived. I mean, I am out here, I'm about to show you guys my Pablo merchandise, but it honestly was an endurance challenge, and anyone who wants to go on the Amazing Race Canada with me, I am down because I am your endurance girl. Anyway, so I waited for 3 hours to come to realize that they were not taking in any more people from the line formed the day of. So I guess I didn't realize that my chances of getting something that day was quickly gone because there was no way. So 5 o'clock came around and the store manager or the site manager or whoever, someone in a tux came out and told us that they would be giving us wristbands to come back tomorrow, the day after, tomorrow morning, to get guaranteed access into the Pablo pop-up store before the next day lineup formed. So they took this group of people, the 200 people that were left from the first day, Friday, and gave them wristbands to guarantee them access if we were to come at 10 a.m. or before 10 a.m. and we would be guaranteed merchandise. So I immediately went into my planning mode. I was like, well, I have work tomorrow. What, like, if I don't come at 10 a.m., what's gonna happen? And the girl was like, well, too bad. Like, you have to be in line before 10 a.m. Just call in sick. You do what you gotta do to come, because this wristband will guarantee you access to the store. If you don't come, then you won't have access before 10 a.m. So I called my girl from work and I was like, girl, you have to take my shift tomorrow because I gotta go to Kanye. I have a wristband. I'm not wasting my wristband. I have to go. So she, thank God, took my shift, and I was, again, in planning mode, went home. I was like, what hour should I go? Should I go at 2 a.m. and join this insane lineup that I know is gonna form? Because if people were lining up from 11:30 the night before for the first day that I know that it's gonna be another crazy lineup, but I thought, well, I had a wristband, so all my wristband people are just gonna come whenever they want because they know they have access. But I just wanted to be the first in line for my wristband line. So I was like, let me just go at 3 a.m. Let me just call up an Uber, see if we can go at 3 a.m. and just go and wait it out. 3 a.m. rolls around and a thunderstorm is just all over the place. I was like, no way. I was about to leave, but this thunder is crazy. I'm not about to stand in line by myself and just be drenched going into the store. So I waited until it ended, and it was around 6 a.m. I was about to call my Uber, but another friend of mine offered me a ride to go downtown because she's that nice, and I shout out to all my friends who helped me during that weekend for giving me a ride, for taking my shift, and I appreciate you guys so much. You know who you are. So she came to my house, picked me up at 6 a.m. and we got to Toronto around 7 a.m. It was like 6:50, so 7 a.m. I got into line and I was the first 10 of the wristband line. So there was 2 separate lines. I was the first 10. I was about 8 or 7 because some people butt in line and I was not having that, but whatever. So I was part of the first 10 in the wristband line, and another line was beside us, and that was for the people who didn't have wristbands, who would get their chance at the store after the wristband people. And that line, both lines were crazy, but the line without the wristband were like snaking around the block and all that. So I honestly felt bad for those people, but I came with a mission to get my merchandise and to go. So I had to wait another 3 hours before the store opened because it opened at 10 a.m. and I got there at 7. So again, I was standing in line for another 3 hours and just by myself, just taking in my surroundings, watching the sunrise and all that stuff. And I was just counting down the hours, the minutes, the seconds before I can go in on buying the merchandise. So let's just jump into 10 o'clock because my 3 hours was boring as fuck. So 10 a.m. rolls around and they're pumping us up to go in, and I was one of the first groups to go in. So when you go in, I will enter some Snapchat videos of what it was like when I went in and what the surroundings were. When you went in, the workers in there greeted you with a card that looked like this, and you basically just kind of write or circle like what you want to buy. So it's very strict. You go in there, they hand you this card, they give you a Sharpie. There's racks along the walls. And you cannot touch the merchandise at all. You have to talk to the workers to see if they could lift it up for you and see the size. You can't touch it at all. It is that serious. So I kind of just, since I lined up the day before, I kind of already knew or planned for what I wanted. If you can't touch it, you can't really do anything with the merchandise. You don't want to spend all that time in there because then you'll just end up wanting to buy everything. And that is essentially what I didn't want to do because I did have a budget going in. And unfortunately, I didn't stay on budget, but that's what happens. You gotta go in with a plan. And if you look on the card, I didn't want to mark it all up because I thought this is a very good strategy for all future artists who want to do pop-up stores to give cards out to the customers so that it would be easier to kind of shop without being able to touch the merchandise, because this is more of like more in your face person can be able to look at what you want versus going around people and the crowd and trying to figure out what size you want and all that, because you can look on the card and see, and then you can just directly ask the worker to pull you out that size and see if you fit into it by just looking at it. So once I got in, I pretty much went for what I wanted. I went and looked at the sizes. A few sizes were sold out, so I had to quickly change what I wanted in size, but I still was able to get the items that I wanted. I purchased 4 things, and I purchased 3 things for myself and 1 for my friend, and the experience was, it all happened so fast. Like, you go in, you look at what you want, and you mark it up, you give it to the cashier, and they bring it out for you, and you leave. It wasn't anything like, it was just an experience. I think I say that because I went to the Bieber pop-up store, and that was epic. There was like music, DJ, the designer was there, so it was like a party. But this Kanye situation, it was just more fan-driven, more exclusive-driven, so that it was just all kept together, and really exclusive for all the fans. I don't know, it was just more cozy, I guess. Less party, more cozy, more like business driven, so that people come in and buy their stuff and go, I guess. My entire shopping experience only lasted about 10 to 20 minutes because I didn't want to go over budget. So I just picked out what I want, gave my card to the cashier, and she went over it with me, and then I left, and then I felt very accomplished. As soon as I left, I was interviewed by Toronto Life. Thank you to all my friends for messaging me about me appearing on this magazine's website, and shout out to Toronto Life. They're one of my favorite magazines. Thank you for interviewing me, and I am so happy that you kept my entire quote, and I will link down below my interview with Toronto Life. Now I will show you guys my merchandise that I bought. So every city for the pop-up store got a different color. Toronto had orange. I don't know why Toronto got orange. It's a very bright orange, as you can see. A very bright orange. It's a safety orange, as they called it. And I don't know, Kanye, I don't know what's up. Explain the orange for Toronto. I don't know. Oh, the phone's going on in the back. I don't know if you... Sorry if you can hear my fan and all the extra noises in the back, but bear with me for this ghetto situation that I have going on. I'm using my Mac, so it's all I have. So, and I wanted to make this video for you guys. So my first purchase was the Toronto short sleeve shirt with I Feel Like Pablo on the back. I feel like Pablo, and I got the medium. It fits perfectly. I'm gonna try it on and insert the clips for you guys after or during. If it's raw, if it's nice. I've worn it out already, so I do feel like Pablo when I put this shirt on. Next, I got... This is my favorite purchase of the Pablo pop-up experience. It is a white long sleeve. I think it's my favorite because it has my one of my favorite songs on there. Or just the Kanye essence of this shirt is what made it my favorite. It's a white long sleeve. And I got the I got the large. Yeah, the large because the medium and the small was sold out. So, it says Toronto, and then it says, I love you like Kanye loves Kanye. And that's the whole essence of Kanye West. So, I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, this is my favorite shirt, and I have worn it out a couple of times as well, and I love this shirt so much. And it does fit a little more than oversized. I wanted the medium, but they didn't have it, so I went with the large, hoping to shrink it in the future. But it does give that cool, like, oversized look that everyone is going for. And then my third purchase that I am able to show you, because my fourth purchase is with my friend right now, is the white sweater. I thought this would be perfect for the winter. And it says, woke up and felt the vibe. Another one of my Kanye favorite songs. So that was why I made the purchase. So those are my 3 purchases. And I guess my 4th one I will show you on the card. It's the We Young and We Alive orange safety one. long sleeve, and that's with my friend, and she loves it. So that was my Pablo pop-up experience. I hope some of you got to experience the Pablo pop-up store in your city. I know that it was very limited. There was only 21 cities around the world, so I'm very glad that Kanye brought it to Toronto. I'm very thankful. And let's just jump into my next story time, my next Kanye West experience, aka the St. Pablo tour. I didn't have any tickets. It wasn't sold out in Toronto for the both night, but we decided to go on night 2, and we just went to the box office a couple hours before the concert, and we were able to get level 100s before the show. There were still general admission tickets, and personally I wanted to rage with all the Kanye West fans. I thought that's what the show was for, because that was the highlight of the concert, that the stage was floating and that the fans got to be right underneath Kanye West, and that was the whole selling point of his concert. And I did want to be a part of that, but just being tossed and thrown around the pit wasn't really what I wanted to experience that night, especially since I was wearing my purse. I didn't have anywhere to keep it. We didn't drive, we commuted. So, I mean, it's definitely something that I feel everyone should experience in their lifetime, and I'm so happy for the people that did get to experience. But I was very happy with my seats. We were at eye level with Kanye West, and I swear to you, a couple times he looked right at our section, maybe even right at me, and he smiled. I'm gonna insert the photo right here. And oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. So we went a couple hours before the concert to buy tickets, and we were happy with our spot, and then we waited for a couple of more hours to gain entry into the ACC, which is the Air Canada Centre, and as per usual, they took a long ass time, but I don't know why. Once we got into the arena around 8 o'clock, I ran to the merch table because I always have to get merch. I don't know, there's something about going to exclusive places or exclusive experiences or just experiences in general that I have to pick up something tangible to remind me of my memories. So I purchased 2 long sleeve shirts. The first one is the St. Pablo tour in red font. It looks like this on the front, and then it says St. Pablo tour Wednesday, August 31st, 2016, general admission on the back. And I wanted to actually get the white and red in this because it looked freaking awesome, but I figured I already have 2 Pablo shirts in white, so I'm gonna go with the black. And then my second purchase is the black long sleeve with the St. Pablo little symbol on the front and tour on the back, St. Pablo on the sleeve. So I'm very happy with my purchases. After purchasing that, we waited about an hour and 40 minutes for Kanye to come out, and we weren't surprised by the fact that Kanye didn't have an opening act, but we were surprised that a concert didn't have an opening act, if that makes any sense. Just sitting there for about an hour and a half wasn't really fun, especially since there was no music playing as well. It was just sound effects from one of his songs. So when he came out, it was just a relief to say, because there's finally something happening. And when he came out, and honestly, I just went into an outer body shock. I'm seeing Kanye West in front of me, and although I have seen him twice before at OVOs, from this year's OVO and last year's OVO, which is Drake's concert, it was just something else to see the creative mastermind to come out on this floating stage, because production-wise, creativity-wise, Kanye-wise, I think this has got to be one of the best concepts for a concert and for an artist, because it just showcases what Kanye is bringing to the industry for his generation. He is able to create something that no other artist is able to, so to see that floating stage move, back and forth on eye level was something more to me than I guess for someone else, because as a creative soul, I like to see concepts and I like to see that people actually put thoughts and ideas into what they want to showcase to their fans. The fact that he went out of his way to build a stage that moves and lowers up and down and tilts and all that stuff, it's just cool to see an artist go outside of the box instead of just standing on one platform, you know what I mean? So it was really cool, and to see the fans in the pit, and I so badly wanted to be in that pit. I so badly wanted to be in General Mission, but I just can't see myself being tossed around left and right with all the fans that were raging so hard. I mean, good for them. I so want to do that, and if you guys are going to the Kanye West show for his later dates, I suggest you guys do that, because I feel like the concert is best experienced with general admission tickets. If you are level 100, I mean, I loved where I was sitting because we were right at eye level with Kanye West, and I swear he looked at us so many times. I feel like general admission was built for this concert because the stage was moving back and forth, the crowd was moving with him back and forth, the crowd was vibing, he was making eye contact with the crowd. He really fed off of general admission. I loved my seat. I loved where I was sitting, and the show was just incredible. I looked up the set list to see what were some of the songs that he was going to do, and I really enjoyed his set list. He brought back a lot of throwbacks from his old albums, and I think it was a good mix of his current stuff and his old stuff, and it just showcased Kanye the way Kanye wanted to be showcased, you know what I mean? So like, it was all sprinkled in a good mixture, and it was a good vibe, and everything was just awesome. And I'm gonna insert some clips from Snapchat because I did Snapchat the entire concert, it felt like, and I'm so sorry to everyone who was following me on Snapchat who had to put up with that, but it is what I like to do. I just want you guys to experience the concert, and it was just one of the best concerts that I've gone to. I went to the OVO concert a couple weeks before this concert, and it was one of the best experiences of my life because OVO is always such a good time. And after seeing Kanye, I feel like it's up there with OVO. I mean, OVO will always be my best time ever, every year, but Kanye West was up there, and it was just incredible. And I know you can either love or hate Kanye, and I would have to say I love Kanye because Kanye is just one of those artists who likes to evolve in a way that makes sense to him. Like, he doesn't change for what's trending. He changes for what's good for him, and he doesn't care what anyone else thinks about him, and he just does what he does. And I appreciate that from someone who is also a creative soul and wants to be able to gain as much confidence as Kanye West. And I think everyone should inspire to have that much confidence, because if you are able to have that confidence, I think you can conquer anything in the world. And Kanye West conquered something that was truly an honor to be able to watch that live. And I'm rambling at this point for my love of Kanye, but I just never thought that an artist would put this much soul into his craft, into his art, and I really appreciate that from one creative soul to another. So that is it for my story time and my haul. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit long. I just wanted to put the two together because it kind of showcases what Kanye West is all about, from his Pablo pop-up exclusive stores to his exclusive floating stage. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm going to come back with more more storytime videos for you guys. I do have a list that I am currently working on, and let me know below in the comments what you guys like to see from me. I know I'm going to do story times, and I might do hauls. I'm not too sure about the hauls, but if you do want to see that, let me know, because I know my low-kite bracelet haul was kind of a good video. I mean, a lot of you guys watched it, so I hope it was good. But until next time, leave your comments down below if you guys went to the Pablo pop-up store, if you guys are going on the St. Pablo tour, or just anything about Kanye that you want me to know. You can leave down in the comments below. Also, let me know what other videos you want to see. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to me. I will be making more videos, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the upcoming weeks. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.